Hi, I'm Hailey. I have a lesson about fractions. I have my learning outcomes and the standards. I would just go over the learning outcomes with my class so they know that like what the plan was for the day. So on my first slide, we're gonna use like our prior knowledge or talk about like what we've already done in class previously with fractions. So each student would come up or like write on the board about like what they think fractions are, or like what they would do with fractions or in what situations they would use them in. And then each student would just come up and write something. Um,
Cool.
and then next we would have an activity. This is where they would match equivalent fractions. So if they had like 1/4 here, the students would take turns coming up to the board to do this, and then they would match it up with 2/8. And then if they got it right, it'll go to a box. So right now I just have a few fractions, but I could have enough for an entire class to be able each person to come up and find an equivalent fraction with the simplest form, and then that form. And then from here I have a line segment. Like as the teacher I could put like on here a 0 and then like example 1, and then a student could like we could go through a list of fractions. Like it'd be like, oh, right here is 1/2, or like 3/4, and then we would just do that for different fractions. And again, like each student would be able to have a chance to come up and participate. And we could also make it like 0 to 2, so we get fractions with higher numerators. And then for my last activity, it's like the pizza activity. The first set of students there'd be like 8 different students could come up and they would label each like one pizza. So like the student could put like 1/8 is what each slice of this pizza is equal to. Like this one, each slice is 1/4. And then from there, the rest of the class would come up and then they could make like their own pizza, and then they would say what fractions are all like in their pizza and so on, or like if it doesn't work. And then that's my activity or my lesson.